Hi guys, you're welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's been a while that I've been here, so if you're new here, welcome. And if you've been my subscriber, you know that I love you. And if you've not subscribed, before we dive into our discussion for today, please press the button right there. Alright, so we are going to be diving into our discussion for today. And how do you sustain relationship? Is what we are discussing today. And the first thing I would like to tell you is that relationship is not for boys and it's not for girls. I mean young boys and young girls. It's not that you see someone that you like and then you're like, oh, let's get into a relationship. It will shock you like the shocker. It's gonna be removed from your leg. Alright, the first thing that we must understand when we are trying to sustain our relationship is one, mutual respect. Like they will say that respect is reciprocal, so to say. And if you're kind of person that has regard for people, you understand that it's actually nice for you to respect your partner, your so to call partner. So if I become a friend with somebody, for example, and there's a way that people will talk down on you and you're like, oh, I can never be this kind of person's friend. Or because you know that you're in a relationship with someone, you just talk to the person anyhow, you are like, is it because and some of us will even go to the extent of am I your mate? Those kind of stuff like that. Am I your mate? Am I this? Am I that? You're like, I'm in a relationship together. If you cannot respect me, then don't date me. That's my own ideology. So there must be mutual respect. Respect is coming from your side, it's coming from my own side too, then there won't be any problem in our own relationship. Another thing is, which will lead me to the next point, is you should learn to apologize. Learn it. Some of us, we cannot say sorry. It's not because of anything. Some of us, we like to be on and especially when a lady is right, want to show that our veto power in our tongue. We just want to talk and make you, and then even when you eventually realize that we are wrong, you now hear something like, is it because of that? Is that why you are doing that? So you must learn to apologize no matter what. I'm sorry can solve so many problems. It can solve even forthcoming problems. So we must learn to apologize, whether we like it or not. Alright, this brings me to the third point. I don't want this video to be too long. I want to be apt with it. So that's why I see myself I'm talking short. But the next thing I want us to understand is that every one of us, we have flaws. We are not perfect. So don't expect somebody to be perfect. And when the person is not meeting up to your standard of being a perfect person, so to be, it becomes a problem for you. You're like, I thought we were like this. I thought we were supposed to be like this. I thought we were supposed to use your sense to know that, okay, this is how you're supposed to blah, 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 blah. No, you have your flaws. You're not perfect. And your partner too also has his or her own flaws. So we must learn this, and the earlier we learn it, the better for us. We must learn and understand and also accept that we are not perfect. So when we understand this and we work with it, there will be no problem in our relationship. When I make mistake, I get corrected, and when you make mistake, she gets to correct you too, and then we are all good to go. There will not be anything like, is it because you see there is this ego in men. Even when everybody has ego, sincerely, everybody has ego. You just think it's only men that have their ego. No, there's some ladies that you can't talk to me like that. How on earth will you talk to me? Okay, is it because I'm dating you? And from there you create problem for yourself. So we must all understand that we are not perfect beings. If there were to be perfect people on this earth, if two perfect people should meet, you know that then what are we now talking about here? So it means that no person is completely perfect, because we are all work in progress. We are still learning to do things right. So don't expect that somebody will be perfect, and because the person is not meeting up to their own standard of perfection, so to say, you probably are high, and then the person is just coming to your standard, and then you make it a problem. No, you don't do that in a relationship. It can crumble a relationship, no matter how many years you guys have been dating. Hope you're getting something. And if you have any points, you can also drop in the comment section. Let me know. Alright, we'll move to the next point. Hey, alright, so this next point is very important, and I think I want to really talk about it. It's communication. Communication, probably because I studied mass communication. I understand how this thing can be. So sorry about the noise in the background rather. Like I said, the communication in a relationship is very important. Imagine I'm the kind of person that talks, and of course I like to talk. Yeah, I mean, my own caliber of friends, my caliber of people. You hear my voice, like, not that I'm shouting, but I love to speak and talk. So imagine I'm in a relationship with someone that In fact, I'm in a relationship with someone that doesn't talk. You can say something like maybe I think five. You can talk for 5 minutes, and it's only one word that you use to reply you. Imagine you're that kind of person that don't understand that. It's not everybody that has that tendency of talking the way you talk, or you give them the standard that you expect them to be like you. Nobody can be like you, in case you don't know, and nobody can ever be like you. So what do? You try to understand that, okay, so far I'm like this. This is how I talk. I expect, but it's not that you will not allow your communication to be sloppy. It should just be going down. No, 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 no. When you talk, try to create an environment. And if you notice that someone you are dating is not someone that talks, you can create a conversation. You can create a topic, and then you see that you build on it. And eventually, the person that is saying that you think doesn't talk will be interested in whatever you're saying. So you must work on your relationship and work on yourself. It could be the other way around. Maybe the lady doesn't like to talk like that. But of course, you must talk to the person you love now. So you must find a way out. Communication is key. When communication begins to break, like I'm talking to you, it's becoming like I'm not even interested in talking to you again. I'm already tired of talking to you and all that. It creates space, and then you start seeing that there is so much gap between you guys. So ensure that you talk to yourself. Ensure that if you are in a long distance relationship, ensure that you call. Some of us will like video calls very well. You call, you do WhatsApp call, you do any call that is callable. You ensure that you are calling yourselves regularly. I mean regularly. It's very important. It keeps you in touch. It keeps you, on that person's head, and then you know what is ongoing in the person's life. And the next point, which is be responsible for yourself. You are not going into a relationship to solve your family problem. You are not going into a relationship to solve your financial problem. So imagine the guy doesn't have money or the lady doesn't have money, then the relationship is as cheap as changing clothes, because if there's no money, you change it as another person. It means that you are not fully grounded and interested in that relationship with the person. So ensure that you have a correct mind while you're going there. Is it that you want to be loved? Is it that you want to ensure that something is driving you in the relationship, not money? I'm not saying that you can't buy things for yourself. I'm not saying that you can't go out together. No, that you should do, right? But then it should not be your main purpose of going into a relationship with that person. Because if the person doesn't have money, it should not be a savior. He doesn't love me. Oh, he's spending money for somebody. Not understanding. You're not trying to understand with your partner that it's not like that. It's just because the person cannot afford at that time. So don't go into a relationship and be thinking that your problem will be solved either financially or initially that you can know. So ensure that you're responsible for yourself. You can afford whatever thing for yourself. You can do something personally for yourself. So be responsible. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is that we should learn to control our anger. Some of us, when we get angry like this, we become wolf, or we become lion or lioness. Excuse me, no matter the anger, no matter how angry you can be. Some of you like, you don't understand. No matter how angry you can be, learn to speak. And I think I'll recommend this. Whenever you're angry, just be quiet. Yes, it helps. So that you don't talk out of anger and say something you're not initially supposed to say, or something that you know that you would never have said on a normal day to someone or your fellow human being. So whenever you're angry, because there's no how you won't be angry, you won't get angry. But as much as you are together, you're working together. Like I said, all of us, we are all work in progress. So nobody is perfect. Whenever you see that, you see something that makes you angry, discuss it. It may not be immediately, because if you talk immediately, you can be like, is that right? No, you don't talk immediately. It might be later that you just initiate the conversation, be like, this thing, it got me angry the last time, and this is what I expected that you do, and this was what I. So the two people cannot be burning at the same time. You will burn the whole house now. So you must be very, very careful. You must be very, very careful. To sustain relationship is not being. Hey, alright, so this brings me to the next point that is very, very important. What you should avoid in your relationship. You must avoid it no matter how hard it looks. You must avoid lack of trust. If you don't, I can't even date somebody I can't trust. Imagine I'm in a relationship with you, and I'm like, only God knows where we'll be like this. Only God knows what he's doing like this. Only God knows who is with like this. If you don't trust him, then why? If you don't trust her, then why are you with her? I don't think you should be doing that in a relationship. If you cannot trust him, you guys should excuse yourself and move on, and ensure that it's not that you're not secured. You're always thinking, okay, I hope he's not cheating. I hope it's this. This next point is very, very important that you take notes. Avoid emotional and physical abuse. Someone is talking down you. You have something you want to achieve, and the person is like, you can this one, you cannot do it. because as long as we're going to stay together, as long as we're going to be doing. No, avoid it. Don't even be with that kind of person that will not give you vibe. Maybe you're into fashion, you want to try and you're creating a design. Person like, no, this one is not good. Or you're into probably music industry and person like, oh, you cannot even sing and you're like this or something. Always bringing you down. Avoid it. In fact, don't even be with that kind of person, because if you eventually marry, you know that you have signed your own paper of I don't want to progress. So ensure that you don't stay with that kind of person that doesn't support whatever you're doing. It might not be everything that the person will have interest in, but that the person is talking down your own vision, what you want to achieve, your drive and all that. Please avoid it. And physical abuse, person is slapping you. Hello, what did it? You run, like you pick Amazing Race and run. How on earth is somebody you just stand up and slap? I don't know how people feel like you slap someone or you beat up someone, and because it feels like a norm in the society, you just beat anybody anyhow. You don't do that in a relationship. It can never even be sustained. It's not by prayer, it's not by fasting. You need to work on yourself very well. Take note of this point. You must avoid it in any relationship. And if you see it among your friends, please help them to avoid it too. It can bring so much havoc in society. Avoid emotional and physical abuse. All right, this brings me to my last point, which is avoid cheating with your partner. If you know you cannot stay with your partner, tell the person that okay, I feel like I want to move on. Not that you are dating her, you are dating another person. It's somehow some of the guys, you think you're bobo nice, you think, oh, this how to be guy. It will shock you. It will shock you, as in like electric. It will shock you, because the assurance that everybody is not perfect. So imagine that you're with a lady, for example, and you're seeing plenty flaws. You think the person you're going to meet also has perfect, or the person is also perfect. You see another flaw, you move to another person. You're wasting your time. Your time is your life, like I always say. So ensure that you're not wasting your life, because at the end of the day, you will just be wasting your life. And when it's not time for you to go marry, you'd have carried so many courses on your head. So what's the point? And also the ladies, don't use guys. Don't use them like you're collecting money from this one, you're collecting money from this one, you're dating this one, you think you're wise. Hello, you must be very careful and ensure that what you are doing, if you are staying with one person, stay with one person. There's no point in you allowing somebody to be downcasted, breaking someone's heart. Or you are some of the ladies, when you have plan for, okay, this one, when I date him for 1 month, I'll leave him. I'll date this one for 2 months. You give them time like that. It's yourself you're deceiving at the end of the day, because your record is always your record. Whenever you meet them in the future, your record remains with them. So you must be very careful. Be very careful. And the last one that I want to say is that avoid sin. Avoid sin. Whatever you cannot do with the guy or with the lady in front of your parents, in front of God self, avoid it. It is very important. We are wise, we are mature, we know what I'm talking about. Avoid it. All right, let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you want more relationship. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and also help people out there. If you are sharing this video to them, it can help them and then create another mindset for them. Ensure that you click my next video. Bye guys.